Hey, 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 what's going on, man? Just doing some night lives like this because I'm trying to wake up different algorithms, different times. I don't know. I'm kind of doing what needs to be done as far as an activist that it really means business with what I'm doing. I'm not in any way trying to make this these negative responses that I'm getting. Um, Hold up, I'm trying to find a plate. This place right here, where I had this talk, you know, today while I was in redress. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I had my place, but I guess I'm going blind. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, like I was saying, let me open my chat here. There it is. What's going on? Husaran Hasarani or whatever. I believe I'm probably butchering that, but Jonathan, what's going on? Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to open the algorithms to my channels, man. And but I wanted to bring this up because um, this corporal is the corporal. He's a supervisor of traffic, and I'm assuming that Cox is his supervisor. Um, these guys and the way these men are taught, what they were taught, um, is just not. It's just not right. Whoa, this thing's loud as hell. Damn it, man. But I have a conversation with this guy, right? And I'll bring this up here in a second. Let me go to the original one. And you can see the difference from one to the other, right? This guy is pretending that he is, this corporal is pretending to um, like me and pretending that he is being cool and cordial, right? And I let him get away with some shit. And I told you guys in this video, sometimes you just got to let them talk so they'll tell on themselves, you know? Um, Sometimes you just got to let them talk, you know? You just got to let them talk so they'll tell on themselves. And that's where we find ourselves in this video, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play some of this interview with you.
He's still gonna do it. He's still gonna do it. He's still gonna block the sidewalk. See that? He's gonna block the sidewalk.
Oh, I got some good news. They are investigating Officer Borg and their whole entire investigation staff. That's what I was.
Sidewalk.
And I can't say where I got that from because legitimately on paper, they can't be talking about it. And I want Taylor to know that I know when they know several months from now that they're really being investigated because they're going to be coming in to be deposed and some will be questioned by certain federal staff. I wanted them to know that I knew 7 months before they even knew. Okay? You better be scared. If I was you, I would be scared. You're discriminating when you literally attack a narrative of a man that's trying to make you come up to your constitutional values. Remember, your corporate LLCs and what you run that business under is a perpetration of your oath. You individually will be held accountable. Separately, if you guys people are not smart enough to do what I did and put it down on paper and get you talking. You understand? I got you talking. And this right here, remember that everything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Now, moving on. I want you guys to listen to this corporal.
Joel, I can be nice. I can be considerate. There's nothing wrong with being considerate and nice to people. What's up, Corporal? How you doing? Pretty good, man. Hey, can you do me a favor? And your next roll call, can you explain to the rest of the Taylor police that the decent ones that have, not this chauvinistic style attitude like Officer Borg has with me. He don't like to be redressed, and he just thinks because your commanders told you this is okay, it's not. Section 603 in the Michigan Penal Code, not for blocking a sidewalk, not that one. That one's in the direction of an officer. That gives an officer the right to tell somebody else, hey, take a left turn when you're not, okay?
So we already know that I'm going over 603 with them, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and then we're going to talk about over here, when we come over here, we're going to talk about how he justifies him breaking the law, okay? So when I use this as an example, this will be deposed and entered into facts, because I did, in fact, I could testify that I was there. This is a one-party consent state, and I could testify to the fact that this is my conversation with this corporal. And all they have to do is look at him, and if he gets subpoenaed later, he gets subpoenaed later about this conversation. And they'll ask him recall this, and when he doesn't recall it, they'll just play it for him. Is this you? What's he going to say? No.
Miss it, you'll find out on the 22nd. And he's very aggressive. When he pulls in, he comes in. It just shows his attitude, man.
See, and this part right here where he's at, okay, he's blocking the entrance, okay. He's got that left wheel to that left flange curve over there. This is clearly, and this right here, what they don't understand is I'm going to sue the whole city of Taylor just for this right here. Okay. It's going to take a while. It's not this shit will not happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? It won't. It's just not going to. So it is what it is. Let me see if I can let me see if I go live on this one. Let me see if it happened. Let me see if I can bring them in on this one as well. Copy and paste. I forgot to put. Okay, good. I forgot to go live on my Wolverine transparency. Oops. Oopage. So anyway, getting back to the facts, those of you that want to catch up, you can go to Wolverine Cop Watch, and it was live there as well. There might be more people that might come in now in the next 30 seconds. So I just want to play this right here where he says, where this man says what he says, he says, well, I believe he said it, if the price of blocking a sidewalk is going to save lives, so be it. Basically, that's what he's saying. And that's just a crock of shit, Corporal. You're full of shit, Corporal. Understand that, Mr. Corporal. You know, you're not telling the truth. You lied to me. You barefaced lied to me, sir. Understand that. You disrespected me because you lied to me. That shows a lack of respect when you sit there and tell me something that's not true. And I'm a little older than you, so I'm your elder. So not only did you lie to me, you disrespected and lied to one of your bosses and elders, and shame on you for doing so. Shame on you.
You know what? I would forgive the guy. I swear to God, the strike he did in my mother's life right now, I would forgive that guy. His transactions and his ego, if he would just calm down and look at the situation from the community's point of view. Because a lot of times when he's rushing out of here, do you know the number one killer of cops is doing what you're doing right there? Traffic. It's traffic. That's the number one killer of cops. And here you guys, while you're doing it, you're causing problems. People are flipping out. Some people, I watched the guy slam on his brakes and almost caused a collision because it was slow in this end. I guess there was a car having problems, and he flew out and was trying to get over in that lane, even though he tried to warn him.
And yet, ladies and gentlemen, this corporal is trying to tell me that this patrol officer is for the better judgment of saving lives rather than obeying the law.
The guy wasn't paying attention. He kept going. He's in a hurry to go get him. So people were flying over and almost hitting each other. If you go back and watch it, you'll see it for yourself. How is that fucking safe? That's not safe.
There's a lot of things that are not safe.
Right. But we
I should have threw that back at him. There's a lot of things not safe when he was talking about, the greater good of safety. Well, no. Well, there's a lot of things that ain't safe, so that don't matter. Your greater good don't matter. You're just a thief and a road pirate.
we know that there's no corrective action in this.
That's what that is. You guys are bullies and you're thieves. How you doing there, Duke? How you doing there? I am happy. Press with Rancor, Jonathan, and everybody else that's coming in. What's up? What's up? What's up?
None. It's just the city making money. That's why he wrote me on the ordinance, because so they can keep all the money if they did find me guilty. If they get that $500 fine, it would be all theirs. They wouldn't have to give it to the state.
I knew nothing about you being a ticket money.
Yeah, he gave me a.
Yeah, Corporal. Again, that's why that conversation we had earlier was to let you know that your prosecutor actually abandoned the charges because he doesn't want to support perjury.
Give me a ticket. It's on the 22nd.
That means you guys are liars. You know what a liar is, right? You know what everything else that's against the law, you say you do anyway.
For speech.
Lying is in your code of conduct. It's the opposite of lying. It actually starts off with the word truthfulness. 2.1 in your code of conduct, sir.
And he kept on. Watch this. Say like if me and you were having a back and forth. I'm standing right here. You're going that way, and I'm coming up, and you're talking to me, and I'm talking to you, and then all of a sudden you gaslight me and tell me to get out of your way. That's what he did. He continued.
I'm sorry, that was 2.3.
Continued to do that. He would turn into my way, and he had plenty of room where the camera shows.
2.3 is truthfulness. Here, let me stop real quick. Because there's nothing like bringing up the facts, right? Right, guys? I mean, is that what we do when we make specific accusations out there? And isn't it like the right thing to do as far as like bringing up what is right and what is wrong? Like evidence, when we're dealing with evidence and the chain of evidence, isn't that what we're supposed to do? Let me see. I have FBI file here. No, we don't want to show them that. I made a formal FBI complaint that I will be bringing out later. Let's see. Where is this? What did I do with that? I hate it when I got my shit together here. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe it's defined. Blah 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 blah. Where is it at? What I do with it? There it is. Boom, right here. Okay. Let me take that down for a second and bring this up. It's 2.3, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor's code of conduct here. You know, that code of conduct they said I would never get. Yeah, it's right here. Officers and employees do not knowingly give any false or misleading information concerning the duties, responsibilities, or actions of the agency or a member thereof, nor withhold any information that is their duty to report, nor falsify any official documents. Okay, so we know what that is, right? See, this is what the chief tried to hide from me. All right, for a long time. And I knew the only way that I can get it is to be charged with a crime. So I kept, after this man, after reading Houston v. Hill, knowing my responsibility to that law, I went all the way with civil disobedience right up to that point. Right up to the threshold of right before you break the law and you stop yourself. Okay? Just so that Officer Borg would do this. Because, you know, it's kind of like Jesus depended upon man's sin to do his will, right? So I had to depend upon his tyranny to get this accomplished. And look at all the hell we went through getting it. But we have it now. So this right here is just ridiculous. And what's interesting is duty of supervisors. Supervisors enforce ethics, codes, rules, regulations, policies, procedures. Do you know that just that first line right there, you broke when you sat there and admitted this right here, when you said it's all right to stand over that sidewalk while not in the commission of responding to a call that let's see, I got 15 tabs open here because there's just information that's just so plentiful nowadays. It's unreal. You know, so when he's sitting here and he's telling me that the greater good by undermining the law and his oath to the law, because that's what truthfulness is all about in their code of conduct back there.
Yeah. See, when Borg first gave me his name and badge number, he didn't remember that he was with 4 other cops that violated my rights. When you're Sergeant Cox got my attention. If that would have never happened to me, Wolverine would have moved on, and none of this would be an issue right now because I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't be here redressing it. He's the one that brought all this attention, Sergeant Cox and the rest. And then once I called him up for this property,
I know if I was in a locker room with Borg, and I would be like, dude, you know what, man? Your ego is fronting us off, man, and you've met your match. This guy might look retarded, but you're taking him for granted.
The most you could do is write me a ticket, a parking ticket, and I would beat it in because you don't have no more permission than I do. So it's neutral. It's neutral territory. You know?
Which is a gray area, which is the law. That's why I'm going to be found not responsible. But the fact is that the questions that I'm going to ask this moron on the stand is going to pertain to future tense.
Taxes in Lincoln Park.
But it just happens to run concurrent with this issue.
So I'm paying
Still have no choice but to answer him.
just under 9,000
Yeah, Judge, if you're listening, I hope you're not trying to manipulate my questions.
in taxes a year. All right, for both these houses. That's a lot of butt hurt and start using my insurance.
Trent, I need to find that part.
And I've watched a couple of times where you follow it down there. As long as you're not drawing my attention away from the stop that I'm on, because traffic stops are deadly in
You got pain on your arm.
Okay, drawing your attention. Let me check you real quick. Drawing your attention. So if somebody has a blowhorn going down the fucking street and it drew your attention away from your stop, are you going to turn your lights on and go charge them because it drew your attention away? Nobody can't help your ADD. They have ADD medication for that. I suggest you get on it.
Yeah, paint my whole house. So,
Well, I'm not really trying to do that, but he's not. As long as I stay 10 feet away from him personally, according to the Supreme Court, I'm good.
And there's a 10-foot rule with media. So you got to understand, I'm recording you and you are dealing with the public. And I need to hear not just you talking, but I need to hear them talking as well. If I can't hear their conversation, then a one-sided conversation is not proper dissemination. So therefore, you can't suppress the power of the press. Do you understand that, Corporal?
And I wanted to show, I did one of these numbers on the
So
other.
to hell with your attention. And let me tell you something. All of you are supposed to be putting my rights above your security, meaning above officer safety. But you don't know that, but you're going to. This department is going to. I'm going to belittle you so bad and get you ostracized so bad that you will beg for mercy in the end. You're going to. Not because of an ego, Wolverine talking shit. I'm telling you that you push the community into being manipulated into believing that blue line is something good. And you have did exactly the opposite. Plan, pitch, take, deny. Is if you ever watched Hillary's America, they always deflect on something else that's going on. Okay? They're always deflecting. They're not telling the truth. So whatever, it's kind of like with the MCL 257-6741, that the ticket that was written, he deflected when he wrote that ticket because that's the exact law that he's breaking. A, B, C, and D in that law. A, B, C, and A, B, C. I'm sorry, it's A, B, C. Blocking an approach, blocking a sidewalk, and blocking 15 feet from a fire hydrant. So he's actually breaking every one of them right here. Look, right there. You see that? See if I can get that in there because this is my evidence. See that? Boom! Right there. See that? He's within 15 feet of that fire hydrant. Okay, he's got that left tire to that flanged right curb. All right, this is called the right curb because you know why? It's facing northbound. Right of northbound would be if facing southbound, right? Right of southbound would be west. This is west, all right? This is the west side. That is the east side. That is north, and this is south this way. His left tire is to this right curb. So it's flanged right there. It's called a flanged curb, all right? They flanged the curb to nothing. His tire is maybe within 6 inches of it. He's breaking that law. And I've seen him do it several times. I got it on other videos.
Get out of your way.
All right. So left tire, left driver side to right curb, blocking the entrance of an approach, blocking a sidewalk, 257 or 770. No, 750 245 with this blue line flag right here on a commercial vehicle It's not supposed to be sticked. It said affixed in that. That means sticker. It can't be put on a sticker. Chief, you're a really ignorant. Chief Blair, you're very ignorant when it comes to that law. You're stupid. I'm going to call you a dumbass from now on. You don't deserve anybody's respect. And I'm going to get back to what he'll be held accountable to. This man's words being a supervisor. He's very ignorant for being a supervisor.
I'm on a curb. I'm on public property. Go on with your game. You know? And he has stupid shit like that. All he had to do was leave me alone.
I tried to have respect for this guy.
Are they victims?
People want to hurry. That happens, right?
Were they running from somebody? I mean, every case could be different. We don't know. And they might not tell you either because they're not rats. You know what I'm saying? So some people, like in the morning.
I want to get to this point to where he says that.
That's a lot of money.
Because I'm nailing them down to them words.
Well,
this is what they do, you know. When they read you your rights, everything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. They're not being your friends, guys. These people are not your friends at all. They never will be your friend. When they're talking to you and gathering information, they are building a case. That is what I've been doing all along. I am not a pig's friend. I can't stand bad cops. And my definition of a bad cop is a pig. Or that's my new name for them. The old style. That's why they're called pigs to begin with.
Excuse me.
I've never seen anybody get up to above 40 when they come off that on-ramp.
I have, though. I've seen them pull them over. That one guy, that young cop that was in this car. There was another young cop in this car.
What he did.
That is the definition of a trap. When the signage is, remember, the Supreme Court's definition of a speed.
When I caught him in their speed trap.
When people were coming off an e-course.
See, I got him admitting this also here that they were doing work over there, and he knew about that. He said that he was bringing. I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but in here, he is conceding that he is aware of it. He's a supervisor, and it's not being truthful, and they're robbing the public because they didn't lift one iota of a finger on the deer cam. It shows a month and I think 4 days when they took it down. A month and 4 days, none of them. On that deer cam, there was nobody working. The only time workers would come by is when they were picking up the cones and straightening the integrity of the line that they were keeping. They didn't do no work. You know what I'm saying? All they did was straighten out their barrels.
They're speeding up. That is the definition of a trap. When the signage is, remember, the Supreme Court's definition of a speed trap is a major reduction in speed. 10 mile an hour is a major reduction in speed. So when people were coming around that corner and they don't have no warning that they're coming into an area where they're doing a construction, now they're paying double and they're speeding up to 45. They just did 15 over. You know?
Well, I can personally tell you a couple times I've worked there.
Or 10 over, excuse me.
I've never seen anybody get up to above 40 when they come off that on-ramp.
I have, though. I've seen them pull them over. That one guy, that young cop that was in this car. There was another young cop in this car doing it, and he stayed off the sidewalk. Actually, he conformed to what I'm.
What administration are you talking about there? Tennessee Nat. What are you talking about?
Was saying, and he got somebody coming off that thing.
I'm just curious. With this administration, what do you mean?
Because I didn't really see it at that time.
If anything, you got people perpetrating in this where they don't want. They're trying to get rid of law enforcement in this administration. So I don't know what that means.
I didn't really see it at that time, but
and I'm not for. That's not my narrative. Is to get rid of law enforcement. My narrative is to get rid of bad cops so good cops can shine.
I realized that later that old boy came out and got into the fast lane trying to get out in front of traffic because, you know, everybody was slowing down because they seen the cop. And he didn't see it. And he come out and shot in front of him, and he's doing 45. He's a victim. That's a victim right there. That should have not have happened to him. He should have not have been. There should be a signs on there, reduction of speed, coming into a construction area, coming off of E-course.
Yeah, all of them. Reduce speed ahead. Construction ahead. All three of them signs should have been posted over there on E-course Road, but they wasn't.
Telegraph. There's
coming
no
on to Telegraph there.
None.
Northbound.
But there's construction ahead up there.
Yeah, you come off nothing between.
That's the trap right there. That's where it's at.
He conceded that just now. There's nothing there. Okay. So he can't get away with not knowing that they set up an area where there's supposed to be function, right? And they didn't lay one hand or one finger on the concrete, at least I would say they would paint a white line or something. You know what I'm saying? In a month's time, they didn't do nothing. Nothing. They just came and got the barrows at the end of the day on that fourth day of that second month it was going into that we had the deer cam up, and that was it. That was it.
As soon as you come off, all right, E-course.
Well, of course you knew. You guys knew from the very beginning because you guys are thieves. I know you're a thief now. I can't respect you no more.
As soon as you come up, that ramp right there has no indicators that there's going to be a reduction.
I have physical evidence. I don't need your mouth. I just got you to talk.
Reduction in speed, and the law says you have to do it. It's got to be warned.
I've called him about.
Honest. So he's saying that he called. You hear that? I'll bet you there ain't no freaking record of that. I'll be willing to put $500 bet to that he did not call, because he's counter reacting what I'm saying. A lot of thieves do that.
That's what
criminals do that all day long. That's what criminals do. They counter react to truth.
Like I said, I work in this lab. I can't tell you that I've not called MDOT and requested that more speed limit signs be put up over there. If I'm telling you that I have not done it, I've called it twice.
Well, so have I. If they're not listening to me, I'm not, or they're not listening to you, they're definitely not listening to me. But I'm just letting you know.
I knew he's full of shit there, but sometimes you just gotta let him talk, man.
You know, since you're working in traffic, since this is what you do, let your other officers know this. Say it's not fair if they're coming off that thing because they didn't have due warning. It's not fair.
Like I said, I'm not going to speak on behalf of everybody here, but
I'm just asking you to warn them. Say, look, if you see him coming off that thing and cutting out and trying to get ahead of traffic, like everybody's in a hurry they're just getting up to the speed limit, the normal speed.
No, the radicals are taking all your rights. It's just that the Republicans are counter reacting that, and that they have to bend at the knee every time, and they've been selling us out. They are the greater of the two evils, but to me, evil is evil, and they have went too far, and they're all radicals to me. All 435 people in Congress, the 2 people in the executive, and of course the Senate, the 100 people that's in there.
Limit of 45.
We have no representation for taxation, and that's what gives guys like this that has been trained by thieves and pimps and politicians. And they now here, remember what I brought up today? What's lawful and what's legal, right? So just because they legalize something like what he's doing, just because they legalize his actions doesn't mean it's lawful. It's unlawful because it's unconstitutional. Lawful is constitutional law. Legal is corporate law. So they legalize state extortion.
You know, usually 50 because people.
That don't mean it's lawful.
You know, we all know the 5 over thing. That you don't mess with it until it's over 5 over.
And if I'm being honest, there's a lot of guys here that are more lenient on even over 5.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of them that are. That's what it is.
I can respect what you're doing, honestly, and I want you. I can hear it in your voice.
Oil corruption.
And I want you to understand that
I did have a little respect for this guy at first. It's just that I've caught him up in so many deceptions in this conversation. If you go back and you know what I know and you listen to him, you guys were wondering why I didn't check him. Well, here, this is why I didn't check him that day. I had to get all this information so I could nail him down to this, right? Okay, where is that at? Boom, right here. I had to nail him down for this, to that. So then when it was time, I did it right here.
Yeah, baby. Dude, the weather changed.
Dick Toledo is going to be apartment 407.
See that?
Female fallen yesterday. Now she's unable to go to bed.
Go baseball.
Bed.
Go baseball.
I'll be rescuing one.
22-0.
Well, they're playing the game, ain't they?
74-year-old female left assist. 1427. Was that 22071, Loretta?
What's up, man?
22041.
I'll be nice. I'll let you stay there because you know I'm the custodian of this property, right? The property line right there goes to about 5.
Immediately, I wanted him to know that I was in charge. Because last time we spoke on an even term, and he left with an impression that I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and I don't care about why you're redressing him, and fuck your narrative, Adam. That's basically what he was telling me. I'm going to lay over that sidewalk, regardless what you say, Adam. So that's why I came off the way I did to him immediately. Let's listen to this again.
1427.
As soon as I knew it was him.
Was that 22071, Loretta?
Because I was about to tell them, whoever it was, to leave.
What's up, man?
22041.
I'll be nice. I'll let you stay there because you know I'm the custodian of this property, right? The property line right there goes to about 5 feet in front of this building, belongs to this property here, and I'm the custodian of this property. Consider me the owner. I have the owner's authority, and I've already trespassed Borg from coming through here. And
by the way, that trespass, if I was to take Borg into a court of law, it would be legal because I did it. He's a law enforcement officer, and he knows that if he's on private property and the custodian of that property comes up to him and tells him to leave, he can't very well tell himself to leave. Therefore, that was my place and I'm his boss. I am a steward of society. I am the law myself because that's my property. That is the property that I preside over. He has no authority on there.
Anytime he comes through here, my sheriff buddy's going to come and give him a pink slip, and he will never be able to come through this alley again. And as you see,
and that opinion was rendered about 2 hours ago from an attorney with 60 years of experience named Walter White out of Ypsilanti. He practiced for 60 years, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a reason why your prosecutor abandoned the charges, because he's a liar. If you guys don't want this
because Borg's a liar.
Reputation on
what I meant. That's what I'm sure everybody knew what I was saying, but I want to be very clear. David Greco did his job and found that Borg was lying.
On you, I suggest you leave me alone. Let me do what I need to do so you can do what you need to do in your mannerisms. Because parking left side to that flanged curb right there is a crime. It is
not a crime. It's a
CI blocking an approach to.
It's good enough for them to put their cherries and berries on them. So if another cop wanted to pull them over for it and give them a ticket for it, he could.
A parking lot, the entrance of a parking lot is a CI. MCL 257 674 A, B, C, and D. You guys are not allowed to do that. Respected to 257 603 subsection A, it says unless you're in an emergency that calls for that, you guys got to put your lights on while you are breaking them laws that gives you those exceptions. You're not above the law. You can't do anything you want to do when you want to do it if you're not on duty or called. So if you're waiting for somebody to break the law hasn't been broke yet. Therefore, you're breaking the law, and you can't do that. You're not allowed to do it. Read it. Read the whole thing. It's all together. It gives you, it doesn't give you permission to do whatever you want. And I'm going to prove it to you when I get.
See, this is where he rolls up the window right here and disrespects me. Okay? So the next time I see him there, I will call him out by his name, and I will tell him that he's trespassed from that property, and I don't want him there no more. And I'm going to put no trespassing signs up. And if I have to, I'll put no pigs allowed, especially Taylor pigs. I don't care how offensive it is. My First Amendment right to put it on the property that I'm a custodian of.
Them on. Oh, see that? Oh, man, he rolled the window up. He must have looked it up, guys. He must have looked it up.
He looked a little butthurt there, too. You see that? Let's watch him do that again.
To this property here, and I'm the custodian of this property. Consider me the owner. I have the owner's authority. And I've already trespassed Borg from coming through here. Anytime he comes through here, my sheriff buddy's going to come and give him a pink slip, and he will never be able to come through this alley again.
I really don't need the pink slip. And I was adding Michael, this deputy sheriff that I know that runs the airport Monday through Saturday, and you know, that's if he had time. Okay, it's more likely than not likely that Mike is going to come and give this guy a pink slip, especially after what I know now. Okay, because the video will do just fine if I took it to court.
And
because he was given fair warning. Okay, just like they're given fair warning. Okay, when they come and the owner of the property, of private property, says, "I want this guy trespassed," you don't even need a reason. Okay, the law says he don't even need a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Private property, private property. He doesn't need to render a reason. All he needs to say in front of the cop, hey, I don't want them there. Dude, leave. And the cop hears you say, you deny it, a cop gives you a direct order. You need to leave. If you don't, then he has to detain you, get your driver's license or your ID, and write you a formal trespass while you're detained. He has a right to do a Terry frisk on you because you are legally detained there. Okay? This is the law. I'm not bullcrapping you. That's how that works. And then, once they do that, and then he tells you to leave one more time. If you don't, you go straight to jail. You don't need to affirm the warrant. You follow the procedure, and the affidavit will be as follows, and I'll be guilty as fuck.
As you see, there's a reason why your prosecutor abandoned the charges, because
watch his head move forward as he's taking in all this verbal judo here. Okay, he don't know what to do with it. Watch. Because he was the type of dude that says, I get yelled at all the time, man. I'll just state the facts and move on. He didn't say shit to me. He just rolled up the window and bounced.
he's a liar. If you guys don't want this reputation on you, I suggest
watch his head move forward.
You leave me alone. Let me do what I need to do so you can do what you need to do in your mannerisms. Because parking left side to that flanged curb right there is a crime. It is a CI. Blocking an approach to a parking lot, the entrance of a parking lot is a CI. MCL 257 674 A, B, C, and D. You guys are not allowed to do that. Respected to 257 603 subsection A, it says, unless you're in an emergency that calls for that, you guys got to put your lights on while you are breaking them laws that gives you those exceptions. You're not above the law. You can't do anything you want to do when you want to do it if you're not on duty or call.
So basically, they have to be in code 2. They don't have to be in code 3. They're allowed to run in silence. But code 2, they're supposed to have that on.
So if you're waiting for somebody to break the law hasn't been broke yet. Therefore, you're breaking the law. And you can't do that. You're not allowed to do it. Read it. Read the whole thing. It's all together. It gives you, it doesn't give you permission to do whatever you want. And I'm going to prove it to you when I get them on. Oh, see that? Oh, man, he rolled the window up. He must have looked it up, guys. He must have looked it up.
I know he looked up that property line while he was there.
He must have looked it up. Now I'm going to have to trespass him. These guys are playing games.
So that I already chased one moron off of there. Right, the property he was on, he was definitely trespassing, and I let him know that I was the custodian of that property again. So he's very well aware. So if I see him there the next time, where he'll have to come in at is right here, or he'll have to go around to the other side. If you guys look, if my camera turns all the way to the right. All right, let me see. I think I pull out of there. So, well, let me pull out of there. Okay. Let's just pull out of there so I could show you. I like to be, precise. How you doing, Joe Cool? I like to be precise to what I'm saying, so be very clear about it. Let me speed this up a little bit.
Anyway, getting back to business. I'm getting back to my cop watch because that's what I do.
Looking for a blue journey.
Blue journey, huh?
9 and 5 player. What's going on?
Okay. So right up here is a entrance that goes on the other side of this building right here. Right, it goes on the other side of this building, and down that entrance and around up. He can come up right up in here and then come right back here. If these guys allow him to do it. Looks like a business is moving in there. I don't think they're going to be able to get away with that because of the kind of parallel parking that they have. You got to come in the way I'm coming in and then exit right there.
Hey, Gloria, see that shit?
Yeah, right there. They'd have to come this way and they'd be going against that kind of parking because you see the parking is on a slant, so they're not going to be able to do that. That's going to be, and then everywhere else is that's all public, or that's all private property back there, and it says no trespassing as well.
You were right.
And by the way, you guys know, you see all this right here. I did my homework, right, and I showed the state's attorney. It is in every one of our driving books here in the state of Michigan that when you are pulled over by law enforcement, you're supposed to pull over to the right lane and stop immediately. Okay? To the right. Not go into private property. You cannot pull in somebody's driveway. That's the same here. You can't pull into this driveway. Just because my driveway is accessible to the public doesn't mean that you pull into it because you're being pulled over by a freaking tyrant. So I just wanted to show that we are making progress. I am going to continue making progress. I am nowhere near done with these guys because they don't know what clear advertisement is, and the blue line is advertisement. And I just don't understand how somebody can sit around and say that that's not advertisement, right? And that let me show you something. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up some law here real quick. I bring this up all the time, and I don't know why auditors in the state of Michigan pussy out on this. Yeah, I'm saying it. They pussy out. They don't make the stand like they should. They're saying it's a fight they're not willing to fight. Well, it's a fight I'm willing to fight because there's a lot of racism involved in this shit, and it's very deceptive and it's very political, and it's something that needs to be stopped forthwith. So let's look at the English in this. All right, any person. Oh, excuse me, I got the wrong one. Dumbass me. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Nope, that's not it either. What the hell's wrong with me? Here we go. All right. Excuse me. Let's look at this law here. All right. And I'm gonna define some words for you in here real quick that we need to get to. All right. Real quick. So we'll copy and we're gonna paste it right here, and then this is just for the damn chief, if anything, because I think there's something wrong with Chief Blair. He doesn't understand what this law really is, and he tried to cop-splain me on it. He said for the reasons of advertisement. I want here. Forget what Wolvie's saying. Why don't Wolvie just prove it? Here, let me prove what I'm saying. Let me show you the receipt that I have with Chief Blair running his DS. to me, trying to cop-splain me about why it is the blue line is okay. All right. He's trying to tell me as long as it's not used for advertisement. It's exactly the opposite of what he means, because I just it don't make no damn sense. Just put it that way. When somebody's sitting here telling you that they're not naked, I use this example all the time. If somebody walks up to you with a 13-inch penis and it's moving back and forth, and you're watching it wiggle from left to right, saying, "Damn, this is disgusting. What are you doing?" Right? You're gonna and they're trying to tell you that they're not naked, right? And it's just like, wow, why am I arguing with this guy? And why is this person disrespecting me like this, right? Because that's what this comes down to, is a respect factor. When you're not willing to tell the truth, when somebody lies to your bare face, they're disrespecting the hell out of you, and they're taking you for granted, and it's just blatant disrespect. So let's go off of what Chief Blair says right here. All right, let's just take this one step at a time so you'll understand what I'm trying to say here. All right. So we got the fake lame media right here that's giving this guy an interview. Okay. Well, somebody's high as hell. Okay, cool. So listen to him.
Excellent. Thank you. Anything? No, sir. Okay. Thank you. No problem. Hey, I like you.
Hey, I like you. I do. Like he's trying to convince himself. Listen to this, Joe.
I like your spirit.
I like your spirit.
I do. I like your spirit. Okay.
What do you think he's convincing? Me or himself?
Sometimes people get mad and get upset, and I like your spirit.
So sometimes people get mad and people get upset, and I like your spirit. So he was talking about him over here, Sergeant Cox back here, after he assaulted me. Sometimes people get mad and upset, and he was justifying and cop-splaining why that piece of shit put his hands on me back here, right in front of him. So I want you to listen to what he says right here.
Sergeant put his hands on me. You know the. Well, he's trying to back you out of what he considers a crime. Yeah, so they can expand that crime scene.
What he considers a crime scene, and he can expand it, right? But you got to do it with tape.
They're allowed to, but you've got to have the tape. That's the procedure. I get it. Okay.
And they're just trying to do this.
I'm a handy.
You're right, Adam. That's what he was saying. You're right.
Catman, I can't defend myself.
Yeah, I got you.
Do you really? What about the blue line? What are you going to do about that? You know that's attached to a lot of.
Attach any symbol to
but it's 750 245 that says that you are not allowed to deface our flag in any way, especially being in duty. That's for duty-bound people. It's not for.
There's been many rulings, and you can.
No. That's free speech for us. That's free speech for us, not for you in duty-bound.
I support First, Second, Fourth Amendment, all of them.
What's your name and badge number for the?
My name is John Blair. My badge number is 19, and I am the Chief of Police in the city of Taylor.
All right, thanks for
for
the talk.
Have a good day. Stay healthy. Have
Yes,
a safe
sir.
and friendly day.
Thank you.
So you hear what he said. Let's go back over that again real quick. When he's cop-splaining me about that. And, for some reason, I think it's skipped.
They're just trying to do this.
I'm a handicap man that can't defend myself.
Yeah, I got you.
Do you really? What about the blue line? What are you going to do about that? That's attached to a lot of.
Attach any symbol to
but
anything they want.
it's 750 245 that says that you are not allowed to deface our flag in any way, especially being in duty. That's for duty-bound people. It's not for.
There's been many rulings, and you can.
No.
That's for people with free speech. Now, we all know that what he just said, you can attach any symbol, right? Wrong. Let's look at the law. Let's examine the law, because the law says it. Well, we ain't saying this. Well, we just didn't pull it out of my hat. I just didn't pull a rabbit out of my hat, guy. As much as I want to take the credit for it, but I'm being real here. This is not me, man. This is in the law. Okay, here we go. This is why I keep saying, they lie, So exhibition of this exhibition and display of flag, etc. Any person shall be guilty of a misdemeanor who shall in any manner for exhibit. Man, I can't, for some reason, I'm not saying this right. Exhibition or display. So it's saying you're exhibiting something, right? And it's displaying the American flag. Now it'll tell you how, when, and where, and why, and what. Place or cause to be placed any word, figure of any nature upon any flag, standard, color, ensign, coat of arms, or shield of the United States or of the state authorized by law of the United States, or exposed to public view. Listen to this. Exposed to public view such flag, standard, color, exhibiting coat of arms, shield upon which shall have been printed, Chief Blair. You hear that? Been printed. So up here it says displayed, expedition or display. In any person shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. That includes Chief Blair. Picture, placed, any word. I keep saying that. Come on, man. Any word. Is it sinking in? Figure. That's that. Those symbols you were talking about. Mark, picture, design, drawing, advertisement, any nature upon any flag, standard, color, code of sign, United States or this state, or exposed to the public in any such flag, standard, color, sign, coat of arms shall have been printed, painted, or otherwise shall have been attached, appended, affixated. Now, let's stop right there. That's that sticker, Joe Shakar. That's that sticker. It's talking about the sticker because that's the sticker that they paint over it. Okay? They put the sticker on there. It's on a vinyl sticker. All right? Now, let's real quick. Let's look this word up. I know people know it, but I want to be factual when I say this. I want to use it right, and I want to be correct. So let's do this together. Okay? Let's do this together. I'm going to copy and paste that word straight out of there and put it there and enter. And then we're going to bring it up. I'm going to put it over here, and we're going to bring that bitch up. All right? Boom. Bam. See that? Now let's look at this together. Here, let me make it nice and big for you. I'll get it erect for you, Chief Blair. Past tense. Affixed it.
Affix?
Affixed. Stick, attach, or fasten to something. He licked the back of the sticker and affixed it to the envelope. You affixed it to your car, you dumbass. And you're not allowed to advertise at all, the MCL says. Remember that. I'm just going to share this whole stupid. I'm going to share the whole thing here. I'm tired of presenting back and forth. It's getting on my damn nerves. Share. Window and open the damn window. Let's just open the damn window. There. That way I don't have to do that. Attach, whatever. But he doesn't understand the word. He doesn't understand the MCL, man. You heard him what he said. You could attach any. He told me before you could use it for any advertisement, right? And then once this is specifically talking in 3 different ways of advertising. Now we're talking about bigger, marked, printed. See this? Let's look at it again. Place, cause, or placed any word, figure. So that means any figure, any mark, any picture, any design, any drawing, any advertisement of any nature upon any flag, standard, any color, any sign, a sign, any coat of arms. I keep on putting any because it says be placed any word, any figure, any mark, any picture, any design, any drawing, any advertisement, any nature upon any flag, any standard, any color, any ensign, any coat of arms or shield of the United States or of this state or authorized by the law, United States of this state, or expose to public view any such flag. You hear? I'm gonna keep on putting any. Maybe that'll stick in their head. You know, like a big penis there, Joe. I think he likes penis anyway. So maybe he'll get it. Any standard, any color, any ensign, any coat of arms, any upon any shall have been printed. How do you think that flag before that car was painted? It was printed out on some fabric called I think it's vinyl. It's a vinyl sticker, and then they stick that to there. Okay, have been printed. So they printed it out on that and painted it and produced it. Shall have been attached, applied, affixed. You see that? Or affixed, meaning stuck to. Are we getting it so far? Mark, picture, any design, any picture, see, it doesn't have to keep saying any, but I'm going to put that there for you. Every time you see any and then word and a comma in the English language, it's saying any. Any is repeated. So the narrative, every time you see one of these after this, any is in front of it. Okay? That's the English language. So any such, any word, any figure, any mark, any picture, any design, any drawing, or advertisement, you moron. Or C, exposed to view or for sale. You told me as long as it's an insignia and it's for mass production, it's okay. It makes it okay because somebody else produced it for you. Otherwise, or sell, give. You hear that? Or to sell, give. See, or to give. So let's do that again with the comma. To public view for any sale, manufacturer, or otherwise, or to sell. Let's do this again. Or to give, or to have in possession for sale, or for the gift, or for use for any purpose, any substance. Here we go with the any substance, any being of article of merchandise, or receptacle. Here, let me do that. Let's look that up real quick. Any object or space that contains something. So you can't even put it on a trash container or anything. You can't stick it to anything. Anything that's bought with government funds You understand that? I think what's understood don't need to be explained, Chief. This is why I'm going to win. And this has been the whole narrative of your disrespect. Your respect for that flag is what belongs in that trash container it's using as the example. Or anything upholding or carry merchandise or upon which shall have been produced or attached to such flag standard color to sign. Here, let me say the word any again. Excuse me. Any color. Any ensign. Excuse me. Any ensign. Any coat of arms or shield. In any order to advertise, call to attention to, desecrate, any mark, or distinguish such article or substance. If that ain't a breakdown for you, you ignoramus. Yes, I've got to call you names because that's what you are. You are trash. Your badge needs to be melted and stuck to the wall like a piece of bubble gum. And put your name right above it. This used to be a good man with authority until he broke the law. So now we're going to use his amenity as an example and put it into the record, and the record's on that wall because he dishonored it. Just like they do to me when they find me guilty. They put it on my record, so every time these mother effers pull me over, they get to hold it against me. I have bent over backwards to try to save Taylor, Michigan money. But with the 3 cases that I have, I'm going to be good. For real. I mean that. I'm going to be, you guys have made my future prosperous because of your tyranny. Thank you. It really wasn't worth it to